Okay, guys, we're trying again to see if I can get this live stream to work successfully. I hope it does. I am monkeying a little bit with YouTube as well because I'm trying to get basically I'm trying to get a video posted as well, so it better announces it at the same time. But video apparently hasn't finished processing. It's been sitting there for about 5 minutes, so. I apologize. This will be a little bit of a redo from yesterday because some people didn't get my live stream yesterday. So this will be a little bit of a redo so that you know, people don't miss out on stuff that I had already discussed yesterday. But here we go. Excuse me. I won't notice anything if you're posting anything in the comments or whatever. Probably won't notice those for a moment. Simply because of the fact that I'm trying to monkey with a YouTube video, which YouTube would finish processing the video. All right, anyway, I hopefully won't spend as long today talking about it as I did yesterday on the live stream. I was a little distracted because I wasn't seeing anybody get on it or anything, so I was a little bit. I was like more like my attention was divided. Right? I was worried people would get on the live stream or no, and that combined with what I was trying to discuss. So I'll briefly run over the survey results again. Yes, basically unanimously everybody wants me to do the DLC for Dark Souls, so I will be doing the Prepare to Die edition. Like I was saying before, basically the plan is I'll finish the 4 Kings. I'm hoping, and after the 4 Kings are done. I'll move on and I'll go in the Demon Ruins and through there to eventually something called the Bed of Chaos, whatever that is, wherever that is, I don't know. Anyway, go through there. And then I think there's supposed to be a 4th boss, and I wasn't remembering who that was, but whoever that 4th one is. I'll try to not do that boss before doing the DLC, just in case the game ends after doing that boss. So I'll do that, do 4 Kings, then I'll do Bed of Chaos, then I'll do the DLC, then I'll do the last boss, and then after the last boss, then I'll do, if there's anything else in the game, whatever, after that. But anyway, so that's a plan for Dark Souls. So hopefully that'll be good. Hopefully you guys will like that, watching me die a whole bunch. I hope that pleases you guys. So the second question on the survey was, what games would you like me to play in the coming weeks and months on my channel? So overwhelmingly, the response was Outlast and Lifeless Planet. Those are the 2 big ones. So I'm definitely going to be doing those. Surprisingly, and when I contacted the developer, he was like totally shocked, like, oh, really? Awesome. Yeah, great. So I'll be doing Bloodlust Vampire Shadowhunter also. I demoed that a little bit. I think it was 2. Well, I think it was a couple months ago. Might have been last live stream. Anyway, I demoed a little bit of the gameplay on that. Granted, you know, the gameplay is a little bit choppy because of, you know, just, it was 2 times ago, my January live stream. Anyway, the gameplay was choppy because I was trying to do it in live stream and I wasn't using something like Twitch, which of course allows live streaming to be a lot better, where you don't end up with the problems you do otherwise. So I will definitely be doing that. Let's see. Hang on. Live stream has begun. Let's live stream. Sorry about that. I am just doing my YouTube thing really fast. Public. Alright, let's back out. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so that's definitely one I'm going to be doing as well. It may be a little bit delayed before I do it, but I'll be doing that anyway. So Outlast, Lifeless Planet, and Bloodlust. Those are the 3 main that I'm going to be doing in the coming months. I'll do other ones as well, but those will be the main ones that I'll be doing. I was also asked what things I could demo. So I'm going to be demoing based on requests. I'm going to be trying to demo the console version of Terraria. So look for a live stream of gameplay of that in the future. Hopefully not too far in the future. So Terraria. And Resident Evil Revelations was requested of me also on Xbox 360, so I'll see if I can get a copy of that and do that. And then Life Less Planet and Outlast, of course. I already talked about doing those as a general play anyway, so those will definitely be things. If I get a demo of those early, I'll do them, but I don't know how early I'll be able to find a beta or something on those, so we'll have to kind of see how that goes. I'll be doing, I was going to do it for my live cast this morning, or yesterday even, but I've just been hella busy, so I apologize. But I'm going to be doing later today, you're going to be seeing some, and you've already probably seen it if you look at PewDiePie's channel, or remember there was somebody else that did it as well. But I'm going to be doing some alpha gameplay of Among the Sleep. So that'll be exciting. I got through Krill Bites. They were willing to give me a copy of the alpha. Not as early as some other people, but they were willing to give me a copy of the alpha. So I'm going to be demoing some of that. So you get to see how that'll play out. That is looking like they met their goal on Kickstarter and exceeded it. And they didn't quite get it, but they came really close to getting their stretch goal. So they're going to give the stretch goal reward anyway because they got really so close to it. So anyway, that's going to be coming out because they met their goal. It's going to be coming out probably December this year. So I don't know for sure. We'll have to get, as we get closer, we'll have a more solid release date. But I'm thinking December this year. So that'll be good. And then they'll have a DLC that they're going to be doing as, you know, the result of almost reaching their stretch goal. And so that'll add some more content as well. So that'll be pretty awesome. So I'll be demoing the alpha footage later today. And as we get farther along, if there's more to the alpha, I can add more demo. Or as the beta gets released, obviously I'll be doing some beta footage of it. And then when it finally releases, I'll be doing, it won't be, I guess, strictly speaking, a complete Let's Play, right? Because it won't be completely blind because I will have demoed like alpha and betas before. But a lot of it will be Let's Play still. So I'm going to be doing that in December as well, if, you know, or whenever it actually finally releases. So that's the plan for that. So that's another coming game that I'll be doing. Somebody asked me what my favorite game of all time was, and I honestly have trouble choosing. There are so many games that I really like. Because I'm in my 30s, I'm from like what I consider the golden age of gaming. So it's not like the 80s where gaming was just getting footing and stuff, you know, where they were just starting out, and so you had consoles with kind of crappy graphics and joysticks. I don't know if you guys even know what a joystick is nowadays, but you had the joysticks and stuff. That era happened, right? And then there was enough improvement on consoles, and you started getting the real, you to count the others technically too, like Atari 2600 and whatever, ColecoVision and stuff, but you started getting into the kind of the main groups that would you know, start in the generations of consoles, right? Like, if you didn't have the Xbox, didn't start quite yet, Xbox didn't, but you had Nintendo, you had Sega, you know, those kinds of things, and you had a lot of classic games from there. So I have a lot of games from there I really, really enjoy. Super Mario Brothers. I mean, I'm sorry, platformer or not, you know, get you into the mix or not, it's a fun freaking game. I love it. So Super Mario Brothers was a really fun game. I really liked, there was one I mentioned the other day, Lands of Lore. It wasn't real time, but it was kind of, it was sort of real time. So in other words, it was, rather than fully animating you from, let's say, this point forward to 50 feet ahead, maybe 50 feet ahead is like one square ahead of you, and you'd hit like forward, like the forward arrow, or I don't even know if they used WASD back then in this game. But you use like forward arrow, it would move you forward, and then you'd have it repaint like that area, and so you kind of move through a city like kind of, you know, step by step by step instead of just running like you do in normal games now. But it got really, really good attention to detail. There was you know, just good puzzles. I mean, puzzles were really quite good. There were interesting enemies. Storyline overall was all right. They had some good voice acting, like Patrick Stewart. If you get the second edition of it or whatever, Patrick Stewart, who did like Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek, you might know. Anyway, he was the voice of King Richard. Anyway, things like that. So that was a really good game. I really liked one that was kind of similar to that called Betrayal at Krondor. And then there's a Return to Krondor as well. In fact, I'm going to see if I can squeeze in between some other things I have coming up and that I'm already doing and whatever. I'm going to see if I can squeeze in a cut, maybe Betrayal at Krondor and Return to Krondor. Those are both really good games. Not exciting maybe in some people's terms because they weren't like today's games, but they were just good, you know, kind of in-depth plots and stuff. So Arthur's asking when I plan on buying a PS3. That actually, my friend, is coming extremely soon. I was gonna buy a PS3 before December, so that I could hopefully get do The Last of Us, and I think I might still do that. It's something produced by Naughty Dog Studios, and so I think I'm okay posting footage. I can't monetize or whatever, but I think I can post the footage, so I think it's worth it. So I'm going to put it up, I think. I'll double check with their terms and conditions and make sure I'm okay with that, or they're okay with that, but I think that's the plan for that. So I'm thinking I'll have it probably in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. I'm going to be doing some rearranging with my desk here anyway. I've got like some extra space with crap over here that I don't really use. I mean, it's got stuff there, but I don't really need the stuff there. So I might move my computer's printer over there, and I have my Xbox 360 on the side here. And so I'm going to be putting PS3 right next to it. I know, right? Last of Us looks hella fun, huh? Yeah, I'm excited. So that'll be awesome. Pegasus. Yeah, Pegasus, I heard about Pegasus. I haven't actually played Pegasus. So I'm hoping Pegasus is a fun game. There are a lot of things I think that would be good to do with the PS3 that I either are exclusive for PS3 or maybe just play better on PS3. Or are you meaning you need the Pegasus console? I don't know. There's Pegasus games. There's Pegasus, right? I don't know exactly which Pegasus you mean. If there was a game, maybe, but yeah, I'm thinking you mean the console. Yeah, I remember going to my grandparents' place way forever ago. Yeah, console. Yeah, I remember going to my grandparents' place forever ago and playing a ColecoVision. I don't know if you ever played a ColecoVision. That's old school. But yeah. Yeah, so I played consoles quite a bit in the past. My family never really owned many consoles. Like, we owned, I think my parents got me like an Atari 2600. I know first time I owned a Commodore 64. I owned, it was my own. But yeah, I'm thinking, basically, they're all the same to me, just different play styles, right? So I'm doing Dark Souls with an Xbox controller. I'm doing Dead Island on my actual Xbox. I did Deep Space and Spec Ops: The Line, and Lollipop Chainsaw all on the Xbox, and a lot of the games, of course, I do on the computer on my PC. But yeah, I'm excited to get a PS3. There are definitely some classic games to do with that. Uncharted, which also is a Naughty Dog title, of course. But I'm excited to do the Uncharted series. The Last of Us looks freaking awesome. I'm looking forward to just, doing some of the things that are like, what was it? I can't remember the title. Anyway, there's another I was trying to think of, and I'm not remembering. But anyway, yeah, the PS3 definitely has some really solid titles with it. So that's going to be really cool. So yeah, so that I'm definitely planning on getting a PS3, and then what I might in the future, what I might do is I might kind of rotate between PC, Xbox, and PS3, going around. So yeah, great exclusive games. And if you want a console to sell well, right? If you want a system to sell, really kind of what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've got something that draws people to them. So having exclusive games, but having really good quality exclusive games. Like Xbox has had traditionally, right, the Halo games, which are good quality games. But that's like the only really exclusive title they've got that's really worth anything. In all honesty, I mean, no offense, Microsoft, but let's be honest, right? But PS3 has several really great exclusive titles, so they did a really good job with that. And then the Wii The Wii U, of course, they've got Zombie U. So they try exclusivity, and sometimes that pans out, and sometimes that doesn't. I personally think that I will play pretty much anything you give me, console or PC-wise or whatever. I don't really care the platform, as long as I think it's good. It looks like it's going to be a good game, right? So, and I might even try some stupid games a little bit too, just to kind of play around with them. But yeah, let's see. The other question that was asked, how long will my channel exist? If I knew how to, I'd do like a little blur thing, like my broadcast was crashing now. But no, I as long as it can, I think. I don't really have any plans on quitting. I think everything's going great. I mean, I'm not like, you know, into the millions of subscribers or anything, but you know what? I never expected to be. I mean, let's be honest, right? There, you know, probably hundreds, right, of Let's Players and stuff on YouTube. And so there's a lot of there are a lot of people out there doing kind of the same thing I'm doing, right? So I don't really expect to be like giant anytime fast. I mean, if I got that way, I wouldn't complain, but I never expected it. But I think slow and steady. Just keep adding subscribers over time. Just keep making, you know, more videos and trying to add new content and so on. So that's kind of the plan. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be quitting anytime soon. At least I don't plan on it. You never know. If I got married and my wife was like totally like, you know, always get on my case, I think maybe my my submission of videos might slow down some, but I think I'd still try to do some videos. Like I might, you know, instead of doing 4 or 5 games at a time, I might just do like 2 or 3. Maybe just like, you know, like 2 or something, so that I can spend time with the fam or whatever. That'd be fine. But thank you everybody who didn't say I need hundreds and hundreds of deaths in Gothic I'll have reached before the end. Those who said I was going to be in the several hundreds, big fat jerks. No, but yeah, that was kind of a fun thing to see what you guys are thinking. So somebody said 400, somebody said 329, 211, 128, and so on. So I'm definitely thinking it's going to be over 100. I mean, I'm already, with the new part that I just barely uploaded, I am going to be, I think I'm at 14 now. I think I died twice in this vid. So I think I'm at 14 now for the series. So I could easily get into the hundreds, obviously. Kind of dur, right? Kind of dur. But yeah, so that's fine, though. I mean, I don't care how many times I'm having hella fun playing Gothic, too. So it's a really, thank you guys for recommending it so much, by the way. I mean, it's you guys are a great source for, you know, introducing me to stuff that I don't. 220, huh? Okay. You guys are a great source for games that I've not heard of and whatever too. So, and I know I've been doing almost exclusively Let's Plays up until now. So, in addition to Part 9 is still buffering. Oh yeah, is it? Oh maybe. Oh, it says it's released for me. I hope you you can get it. Maybe. Oh, you're maybe buffering playing it. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So anyway, so I've been doing almost exclusively Let's Plays until now, right? So I'm going to try to add more variety in content. I've been working the last few weeks on trying to assemble the video from my trip to Peru. So I'll have some of that up. I'm going to, I keep saying this and it never happens, but I really do plan on doing some reviews and stuff of some of the games I've done. I'm going to, instead of doing some Let's Plays in some places, I probably will do some walkthroughs. Games that I really loved, that I played, you know, growing up or whatever, that I want to share with everybody. So, for sure, I think I definitely want to keep playing games and uploading footage. And I'll try to keep up with new games so I have, you know, 2 or 3 new things going on so you guys have new stuff to see. But I like to do, I mean, you guys do so much to share with me. Hey, you should totally play The Witcher. You should totally play Gothic. You should totally, you know, you share so much of that with me. I mean, you know, Resident Evil Revelations and stuff. I feel like almost kind of I need to give back in one way or another, right? So I'm going to share with you some games that I've played. And some games you may not have played before. Some games you may have. Hopefully I find some titles you guys have not played before, and hopefully, more than that, of course, the titles I do walkthroughs of are titles that you guys will enjoy. So we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of what I'm looking forward to doing in a couple of months, in the next few months. This coming weekend, so what is that, the 24th through the 26th, actually, I will be at a convention, and I haven't gotten approval yet for it. If I can, I'm going to be interviewing some people at the convention. It's a science fiction and fantasy convention. It's not games specifically, though there are games there, but a lot of it's novels and things too. But I'm going to try to be doing some interviews there if I can. Hopefully I'll have interviews with some authors and so on from the convention. That would be good. And that will give me an opportunity to have not only different content on my channel as well, but hopefully that will also help me, keep you guys in touch with some of the things that are going on outside of just what I'm able to do. Hey, Ivan Dado. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us. So we have Arthur PL5 is here as well. Yeah, so kind of, I don't know how much you guys can catch up with this. I have been saving this file. This broadcast, when I'm finished, will be saved to my hard drive. So I will definitely be uploading it to YouTube. So as you guys, or as I finish this, I'll post on YouTube. So if you miss anything of this and aren't able to catch up, you should be able to see some of the stuff I discussed earlier. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and you've got the chat on the side, as you saw. So as you look at it over there, go ahead and be sure to, put comments or questions or whatever you want, and I'll try to respond to those. I'm looking over every so often as we go. So I think Twitch TV works much better for doing this kind of thing, so I'll probably be doing this from now on. So I'm still new at Twitch, right? But I'll be getting more and more experience with it, and so things will hopefully be improving. I didn't have it for this time, but hopefully in the future I'll have gameplay footage that will actually show up well on Twitch versus trying to do it through Google Plus and live streaming and stuff. So hopefully that'll be good. So yeah, so we talked about survey results. So now I'd like to talk about some things that are coming up that I'm kind of excited about. There are some additional indie games that are coming out that I think are looking exciting. So by the way, just so you guys are aware, what was it? 2 months ago, back in March, right? I had gotten in trouble, got a very temporary strike on my YouTube account because a video had been uploaded and it got blacklisted by default, just by the automatic system. Well, I talked with, and it was for the Assassin's Creed 4 trailer. So I talked to Ubisoft, and one of the representatives contacted me. Jean, he's really awesome. He's like, no. We want you to be able to upload videos and like advertise your stuff and everything. He said, now you can't monetize a trailer from us, but you can upload it and you'll be set. So I'm gonna try, probably if I remember to, I'm gonna upload the video, the trailer for it again. And he said, and when you do a let's play of it, totally, you're all good. Just upload everything you want, monetize it, whatever you want. So that was really awesome. So Ubisoft, you're really awesome in my book. I got explicit permission, so at least for my part. And Ubisoft has awesome titles. I mean, let's be honest, right? Far Cry, they've got Assassin's Creed, they've got the Heroes of Might and Magic games. I mean, they've got a lot of really, really good stuff. So love you guys, love you guys. All right, so anyway, so now back to business, what I was trying to focus on. Coming indie games, okay. There is one, you guys may or may not have seen this, and I'm going to try, if I remember, I'm going to try after this is done, and then I've uploaded the video to YouTube, I'm going to try, if I can remember to post links to these different sites so you can check them out for yourself. There's a game coming out called Republique. It's basically kind of a Metroidvania kind of a style exploration game. It's going to be first released on an iPad. And then from there, it's going to be only like, I think only a few weeks later, the plan is, then it will be released on, I think it was PC and Mac and I think iOS. So the iPad then, obviously. And so I think that's the plan, those three platforms. And I've not done it before. So assuming I can afford to do so, I'm going to buy an iPad. And I'll use my Wi-Fi or whatever if I need to be on the internet. But I'm gonna demo Republique on the iPad, and then of course you're gonna have PC and Mac users as well. But I'm gonna try to demo it on the iPad because that's what's first coming out for. I think that'll be somewhat unique. I think. I don't no guarantees, but I don't know how many people are going to be demoing Republique, and I don't know out of those people that are demoing Republique, I don't know how many of them are going to actually be doing it on an iPad. So my plan is to do that, so hopefully it's somewhat unique, and you can see me playing the game there. So that's one that I think I'm not only talking about as an indie game coming out, but I think that's one I'm planning on playing, and that's released like September, I think. Maybe late August. Somewhere in there, Republique comes out. So that's going to be an exciting game to do. You guys saw back in like October, well, it was actually like September, I think, last year, going until about November, so a couple months worth. I did Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars, the first game in the Broken Sword series. So the 5th game in the series, The Serpent's Curse, is going to be releasing, and that's like also like about a September time release date. And so that will be kind of exciting because I don't know if you guys like watched the first one. The first one was, you know, point and click, so not as exciting. But I really like the Broken Sword series, partly because there's just good dialogue. I mean, snarky sense of humor and just clever puzzles and things. So I really enjoy that series. So it gets you thinking, right? So using a little bit of that, right? So anyway, so that one's coming out like September. So that'll be an exciting one, I think. We talked about Among the Sleep. So that's, again, looking at it like a December release date, but they made their Kickstarter campaign fundraising goal, so and almost made their stretch goal, so they're going to be set. So that's another one coming out. I don't know if you guys have played the Tex Murphy games, but Project Fedora, which is the next one in that series, is going to be releasing this year. If everything goes according to schedule with them. I was reading, and it looks like they did have a couple of delays, but it looks like maybe September, October, somewhere in there, that's releasing. So several things this fall. Fall is kind of one of the busier times for release schedules for releasing games, right? So that's another one. There is one that might be a less commonly sought for one. It's called Treasure Adventure World, and I don't know how, like, if you guys have even heard about it at all. But it's a 2D game, 2D platformer. But if you've seen any graphics for it or anything, you'll know it's pretty cool. I'm actually copying. So if you go over, actually, here's what I'll do for now. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and give you links to these pages so you can see. So let me do this really fast. Okay. So here is, if I can grab it. Oh, no. I want. All right. It's by, Republique is by Camouflage, by the way. And it's spelled with a J. So, so here is the link to Republique. See here. So we're going to give you here. Revolution Software are the folks that bring you the Broken Sword games. So here's the link to that. So you guys can be watching this some in between instead of staring at my ugly mug. And then we got Among the Sleep, right? Which of course is, I think Among the Sleep, it looks amazing. In addition to other things I'm excited about, like Outlast and Lifeless Planet. Lifeless Planet looks freaking awesome, I think. Anyway, here is a link to Among the Sleep, and this one looks just freaking amazing to me too. So that's really cool. Let's see what else we got. Project Fedora, right? So let me link that. And that's Big Finish are the folks that bring you that. So, like I said, it's a Tex Murphy game. So they have like a series. I don't know if you guys know some of the other ones, right? But there's like there's Tex Murphy Overseer. There's the Killing Moon. You know, you might be familiar with some of these. So they're really good. So anyway, so here's the link for it's for specifically Project Fedora. Yeah, and it talks about, and then it gives you like some of the other info on some of the other Tex Murphy games. So that's an exciting one. Let me see if I can. If I can't link from the site, I don't know how far their site has come, right? So let me see if you can't link from the site. No, yeah, here you go. So last time I checked, it didn't look like they were fully there. So here's Treasure Adventure World. Yeah, right. I think, yeah, Among the Sleep looks pretty sweet. I'm excited about that. So we'll see. But again, that's coming December. So I have like hell and gone of time before, like loads of time before I have to get there. So there's Treasure Adventure World. For a 2D platform, I think it looks pretty sweet because it's got a lot of like kind of like almost like 2.5D, right? Where some of the 2D comes out. It's almost like that's kind of a trend starting among indie 2D platformers now, right? It's what I'm naming 2.5D, which is basically it's 2D, but every so often something kind of comes out at you as if it were 3D. So, like for example, and this may be one you guys aren't excited about, and that's fine if you're not or whatever. But I'll go ahead and yeah, old school, right? I will link this, even if you guys aren't interested in it, that's fine. But I'm gonna link it anyway, so you know what I'm talking about. But Apotheon, so that's mostly 2D. I mean, it's almost straight 2D. But there's occasionally where like if an enemy throws something at you, or whatever, he rotates his shield to block it. So a shield that's like normally like 2D, just graphic or whatever, rotates and actually looks a little bit like 3D style coming out. So it looks like, I could be mistaken, maybe it's not a trend, maybe it's just a couple games I've seen doing this, but it looks like that's kind of this trend coming, is that things will kind of, you know, be 2D but have occasional glimpses of 3D to kind of pull you in maybe a little bit more. So it's platformer, but it's kind of, you know, not the best of both worlds maybe, but pulls a little bit of 3D into it so that you have a little bit more of a, you know, robust, maybe is the term to use, platformer. So that one looks pretty cool too. So that one, Treasure Adventure World, so that one looks pretty good. That's a nice old school one. There's this one. Let's see if I can pull it up. You play as a restorer, which is a dude that can basically travel into, let's see, which link do I use here? I'm going to do this one, I think. I'll just pull this up. Let me mute this. Okay, I'll just pull this up. You can watch the trailer. I didn't see their link to their site exactly, but here's a link to a trailer. It's a game called Ether 1. Yeah, so you play a dude called a restorer, and you can travel into people's minds and repair their memories. And then, of course, there's like an overall plot working into like why that happens, and you know, and what you need to do and stuff. So that looks pretty cool. So, and the last one recently that I've been looking at that looks pretty freaking awesome to me. I'm biased, or I mean, I've got just my own opinion and stuff, obviously, but I think, like some of the feedback I've seen, right? I didn't realize it until now, but I've been waiting for Gone Home for as long as I've been a gamer. Somebody else said I've been transported to a home I'd never visited but felt achingly familiar. Warm, funny, and disarmingly tender, blah, 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 blah. So you can read all these like comments and stuff. I mean, it's just like amazing. It was a 2013 finalist for Excellence in Narrative at the Independent Games Festival. So that tells you something about it right there, right? So here is a link to go to. It's the Fulbright Company, and it features I don't know if you guys have seen or like heard them at all or whatever, but I don't know. Were you guys really ever hear any of the Riot Girl music from the 90s, and that whole like indie kind of back garage kind of a movement that was going on? So I've basically been trying to get approval for the soundtracks as well, but there's gonna be Brat Mobile and also Heavens to Betsy. Those are two of the bands that are gonna have music in there as well. And I'm hella excited for that because I'm not like total emo or whatever, but I'm a big fan of music. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but like I freaking love music. Music is a huge part of my life. I mean, I write music, I sing. Maybe I don't sing well, but I sing. I play instruments. I play saxophone, guitar, clarinet, percussion. So music is a huge part of me and who I am. That's why you'll see me like in vids just randomly start singing and stuff. That's fun and entertaining too, maybe, but I sing because singing's part of who I am. If you want to get to know me, music's the way. Anywho, so did we even say anywho? Anyway, so Riot Girl music in there is gonna be total kickback to some of the stuff from the '90s that was really, really awesome music. So I'm excited for that. But Gone Home looks interesting. I think the premise is that you play, okay, so you play a girl, so maybe you can't really get into it as much as you're playing a girl, but you play a girl who, oh, there's good music in Jakendar, nice. That'll be good. Yeah, so you play a girl who went away to college, and I don't know like how long she's gone or whatever, but she gets back, like comes home. Like, I don't know. I don't even know for sure if she like finds out something's wrong at home or she just comes home to visit. Like I think she just comes home to visit for like at Christmas or for the summer or something. She comes home from college, and her house is vacant. But it's not like her parents moved. Like pictures and tapes and crap are all still there. They're all still in the house. So it's kind of weird. It's like they got abducted by aliens or I don't know, right? But it looks pretty sweet. And so it's a puzzle / adventure game that you're using to try to figure. So I wear a hat because when I travel out and about, I get sunburned a lot because, ta-da, I am Baldy McBalderson. I started balding when I was like 19, so I'm surprised I have as much as I have. So. And I just basically wear a hat out of habit because when I'm out, so I live in the mountains, kind of like the general like Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona area, that like in that whole mountain area in the United States. That's the region I live in, and so being really high up, the sun really easily burns your skin, especially up here. So I wear a hat because it burns me. I could play like this. I just force a habit. I wear my hat all the time. So if you guys want me to play bald, I can. But it almost feels wrong not to have a hat on now, though. I mean, I don't wear a hat at work because they don't let you. But like as soon as I get out of work and stuff, I put my hat back on and stuff. It just feels like. Plus, like growing up and stuff, you know, So okay, here's a little fun fact about me. I don't know how fun it is, but here's a little fact about me from my past. I don't know how many movies you guys have seen about American high school and like kind of the culture there, but if you have, you know there are cliques, there are little groups that kind of don't really get along with everybody, right? And so there are geeks, like computer geeks or whatever. There are band geeks, nerds, choir nerds, whatever. There are the jocks. There are the preppies. There are the politicians. There are different groups as you go out and about in school, and say in high school specifically. And so I would basically go among all of the different groups. Like I did a little bit of everything. I don't know if you guys know, but maybe you can't tell, but I'm actually a fairly rounded individual. Yeah, I play games, hell yeah, and I do it all the time. But I mean, going to like Machu Picchu and hiking all up and down, I went to Helangon in Peru. Yeah, that's like a normal thing for me. I normally like go hiking, or like I play like volleyball and racquetball, and in high school I played football and I wrestled. I was in track, so and I play like we talked about. I do music, I do instruments and stuff, and I actually know how to program on computers and stuff. Like I'm actually, when it's far enough along, so I have an alpha for everybody to try. I'll actually let you guys know. I actually am programming. Well, I'm learning a new language. It's going to be more efficient or whatever. And then I'm going to be programming a computer game. It's going to be a really good game. I think you guys will like it, I think. It's not going to be as exciting as something like Gothic, I think. But it's my first game, and it's kind of an indie title, so, you know, we need funding and stuff like that. So, anyway, so I do, like, all these different kinds of things. And so, as I was in high school, one thing that kind of was like almost like a universal thing, like everybody kind of did it, was wear a hat. I know it seems silly, right? I mean, like, well, nobody cares if you don't wear a hat. But it was like a thing, like, it almost felt like it was an additional connection to everybody. And so because I did so many things, I would spend some time playing football or wrestling or whatever and hang with the jocks, you know, go to a party or whatever. Yeah, it will, right? No, but it will, but trust me, I have a plan. And I'm going to have people helping me. So it's not just me solo, but yeah, it does take a long time. You're definitely right. And I try in between vids. I'm trying to like work on the programming and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, but yeah. So I would like play sports or whatever, and then I like go to parties with them or whatever. And then I would do it's not an RPG. It's not that complex cuz like you were saying, it takes ages. See, I work. Okay, let me answer that in just 1 second. So, I would do like stuff with the jocks, and then I would go and do stuff with you know the preppies and stuff with the people in politics and people at the band and whatever. And so the hat was kind of the unifying factor. Anyway, so because I wore a hat all the time in high school, trying to kind of blend with everybody and hang out with everybody, I kind of never got out of the habit. So hats are kind of me. So I might sometimes take my hat off. But I mean, that's kind of generally I'm going to be wearing a hat. And then of course I rotate hats because, you know, you wash your hats out. You don't wear your hat day in, day out and never wash it. Gross, right? It's just like any clothes. So, okay. So on the game, it's basically a puzzle platformer effectively, but it's 3D. So effectively, I can't tell you a whole lot because of, you know, like where I have to keep, you know, certain things hush-hush before the game's released or anything. But I think basically the idea is you play a cat burglar, so a thief who has come into a specific room in a building to try to steal a diamond that's, you know, protected by traps and things and security. Well, you think you've succeeded, but then, like, red lights go on, buzzers and whatever, and you get trapped in. And so you have to basically proceed room to room to room to room to finally get out. And so each room is a new kind of a puzzle. You know, something, you know, kind of, you know, just a different puzzle. And I'm not going to get into any of the specifics of puzzles, but each room will be a different kind of puzzle. So it'll be a kind of a platformer in terms of like a lot of jumping and hopping and things. But it's 3D and it's puzzle. And there's a little bit of a storyline involved too, although storyline's not going to be terribly complex because it's hard to work a really in-depth storyline into that. Yes, the plan is to do Risen, the first Risen game as an LP as well. While I'm doing the Gothic series, I'm not sure how soon or not that may come. It may come if I finish with The Witcher and then The Witcher 2. If I have time before The Witcher 3, which is coming out in 2014, then I definitely might do a Risen 2 play through there, or Let's Play there, or I might be able to work it in sooner. We'll just have to see what all's going on, what I'm going to have time for. One thing to understand too, I started uploading videos in 1080p. Which means that you guys get better quality. The drawback to doing 1080p, though, is the video is twice the size of 720p. If you do the math, okay, so if you have basically it's 1280 by 720, okay, but you're adding about 700 pixels above the 1280 because that ends up being 1920. I guess that'd be the width. So you have 1280. So you had 700 pixels over here, so that's 1980, and then here 720, and you're going 1080, so you're adding 300. Well, 1280. If you take the number of pixels, right? If you do math, right? So 1280 times 720, you end up with 921,600 pixels, right? So that's that. But if you take then 1920 by 1080, it's more than twice the amount. It's 2,073,600 pixels. So if you subtract, you basically end up with about an extra like 200,000 pixels or whatever. So, so yeah. So unfortunately, but I figure whether you can watch in 1080p or not, obviously you get the option on YouTube to do a 720p, so that's at least something you can do. And the 1080p, I do mainly for people who are able to watch it in that, because I want to give you the best quality possible. So the advantage is that if you do like a 1080p, the advantage is that you can scale it down and not really lose much, if anything, on the resolution. Now, I don't know how well YouTube necessarily does doing that. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention. When I play something, my own vid to check on it, or somebody like some other channel I watch or whatever, then it does look good in 720. Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, mine automatically defaults to the highest setting I can do, which is 1080p. But I mean, 720p should be, yeah. So you generally record in 720, yeah. Yeah, and I actually do record from my Xbox in 720, and then I have to actually, so it records as an MP4, and then when I save it, if I'm converting or if I use editing software over, I then upscale to 1080p. And upscale actually works because the program is doing the math and figuring everything out. So it's pretty sweet that it can do it for me, so I don't have to worry about blurring and stuff. But yeah, so anyway, so that's awesome, you guys. It sounds like most people are doing 720p. But yeah, I'm doing it in 1080p just to make sure, in the off chance somebody has the graphics and wants to see better graphics, they can. So that said, though, because it's twice as much video, it's twice as much time to process. So that's why it's been slower. I apologize. And I wasn't even thinking in those terms until I started getting into it. So I'm going to try to cut down and be just down to 4 instead of 5 games at a time. So hopefully that'll go a little bit faster. Let's see. Okay, so let me add to my list of stuff that you guys want to see. I'll do Risen 2. Or Risen 1, I mean. Sorry. Risen 1. Somebody said, somebody was saying that I should do Risen or Gothic 3 as a demo. Really, as a demo? I haven't even gotten to finished Gothic 2 yet. But yeah, I plan on doing Gothic 3 for sure after Gothic 2 is done, though. All right, let me look at this game and see what Arthur linked to game, saying it looks pretty awesome. You guys, I think, can see the same link. Planetary Annihilation. New generation of gamers away. They never... okay. Nice, okay. Planetary Annihilation Engine, specifically for this project. Okay. Yeah, so you'll notice that, I don't know if you guys have looked at this, before you go out and run out and buy this, pay attention to the system requirements. You guys probably can totally do it, but just in the off chance you can't, looks like it's Windows 7 or 8. So you can't do XP, even Service Pack 3. You got to do at least Windows 7 or Linux or Mac OS X 10.6 or later. So you want Mac OS 10. And they recommend 64-bit version, although you can do 32-bit. So dual core processor at least. GL capable video card with shader 3.0 support. So anyway, so that's something to look at. Make sure that you meet the requirements before you do that. Windows 8 won't let you play Gothic 2. That's kind of turd. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of Windows 8. I actually, so my job at work, my normal 9 to 5 is basically I manage a group of people that test a website to make sure it's working properly before stuff goes out for customers. So, because of that, I have to test with Windows 8. Both on Metro, which is the actual version that you'd see on like a tablet or whatever, and on the desktop version. And yeah, exactly. And no offense, Microsoft, but nobody really is terribly excited about Windows 8. But anyway, yeah, but I mean, if you buy a new computer, it kind of comes with it. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Gothic 2 won't work on Windows 8. You know what I would say, though, Ivan Dado? I would say, I don't know why I said your full name. Yvonne, what I would say is maybe do some poking around, and if you don't find anything, post on some forums. You know, at some point, somebody, right, somebody is going to release like a patch or something that will make it work on Windows 8. You would assume. Not, yeah, Vista was horrible. Definitely Vista was horrible. Good point. Yeah, no, I think Windows 8 had a lot of potential, and they kind of screwed it up, really. But anyway, I think at least somebody probably will, if they haven't already, will come up with a patch for Gothic 2, and Gothic 3, all so it'll work on Windows 8 desktop. Maybe not on the tablet version, but on desktop probably at least, I would think. So, worst case, if there's not already a patch out there, you can post on a forum, and anybody who's created a patch could see that and go, oh, I should make a patch for this for Windows 8. It's worth a try. And see if anybody makes that over time. Might be a year or two. I don't know how long it takes for somebody to figure out a patch, right? They have to get into the source code, monkey around with it, moves, like change some settings in like different masks and stuff. Gothic 3 works well on Windows 8. Okay, yeah, so probably just a thing where they just need a couple of patches, probably, I'm guessing then. Yeah, okay. Well, I think that's probably about it for this live stream. If anybody has any specific questions they want to ask me, I'll keep chatting here, just kind of shooting the bull for a couple minutes. And if nobody else posts any questions, then I think we'll go ahead and call this. Like I said, tonight I'll be demoing Among the Sleep, the alpha that I got from Krillbytes. And I will start working on the next couple of parts of different games that I'm already doing. So thanks everybody for watching and for joining me for the live stream. And I know this is not the ideal time for everybody. It's rough to find a time that works for everyone. So what I might end up doing is I might just kind of, to be fair to everybody, I might kind of rotate when I do my live stream. So right now is the afternoon for me. So I might rotate to my evening, which would be really early for some of you. Like people in like Poland and Germany and so on. It'll be like really early in the morning, like 3 a.m. or something. And then I'll do like some early morning ones for me, which end up being for some of you guys like more like afternoon, early evening. So I'll try to rotate my live streams around so that I can get more people more often. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Looks like there are no other questions. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and let you go so you can watch my Gothic vid. Thanks everybody for watching. I will see you guys in the next part of whatever it is I upload next. Till next time. This is Xexor saying, stay cool and real. I'll see ya.